It's our favorite time of the month. We are back with our dollar event. So exciting, and there is tons to be offered. So if you guys are new to the Design Bundles dollar event, definitely make sure you guys check it out. We have it linked down below for you guys. This is the perfect opportunity to snag huge bundles for only $1. So today I'm going to show you guys 3 different projects to give you guys some inspiration to use some of those designs. The designs that I'm going to be using today are right here. We're going to be using this one on a doormat, but these are also perfect just to create those stencils to sprinkle glitter or maybe flour on the floor. So lots of different things that you can do with this one here. We're also going to be making this one. We're actually going to be doing this one first. This one is so easy. So if you guys are familiar, you guys can actually snag these elves right here from the Dollar Tree. Now, I couldn't get my hands on one before I actually made this video, but you guys can snag these, like I said, locally at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, or use whatever elf that you have. So what's really cool is we have a dress up kit here that you can use to dress up your elf, or what I'm super excited about is you have an elf adoption. So you can sit down and you can either create this for the kiddo, or you can sit down with your kids and create this together. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that using Canva. We're also going to be creating these really fun candy domes. Now, if you're not familiar with these, what you're going to do is you're going to take these ornaments here that actually split in half. So it's just one ornament, which can make 2 candy domes. You can find these locally at your craft store, or like I did, I actually ordered a huge bundle. I think it came with 30. And remember, each one can make 2. I ordered them from Amazon for maybe $10, and I have a link down below for you guys. It was just much easier for me. Now, if you guys cannot find the correct size, which is just a normal size bulb here at your local craft store, or you can't grab them on Amazon, but you can find the bigger ones, you can actually size this guy up. If you guys are a pro with the slicing tool, you're simply just going to go ahead and take a circle inside of Cricut Design Space. You're going to size this guy up a little bit and slice that out. Now, the reason why I didn't just completely size this guy up was I needed that to be perfect. So like I said, if you guys definitely want to see a video on that, let me know, but you can definitely bring these up so you can use those bigger ones. Now, what would we do with a big one like this? You can put this on the front of a card. You could put this in the top of the stocking to where it's sticking out. Lots of different things to do with these ones right here. Now, for this particular bundle, it is so cute because it includes a Santa, a reindeer, and the snowman, and you have multiple pieces you're just going to go ahead and glue and put together, and I'm going to show you how easy that is today. So let's go and start with our first one, and we're going to go ahead and work on that elf adoption certificate. So let's go ahead and head on over to Canva. First, I want to start off with this elf adoption certificate. What's really amazing about this is you really just need a printer. And even at that, you don't have to have a printer. You could go and have this printed off at Staples or your local library if you need to. So this is one of those ones where you don't have to have a lot of things to accomplish something like this. So you can simply print this out and use an ink pen and hand write this in, or you could bring it in somewhere like Canva, like I'm doing right here, and we can do that. So I've brought in my design, and what I simply did was I brought it on an 8.5 by 11, sized it out here, and placed it in there. So I'm just simply going to go to text, bring in a text here. Say, for example, we are going to name this one. Let's see, we're going to name it Brittany. All right, so that is the name of my elf. So I'm going to bring it up here just like that, and then we can size that up. So just grab a corner here and really size that to where we want it to be. And the really fun thing too is we could come up here and we could change the color. So if I wanted to come in here and change this to a blue, we could definitely do that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that black just so we can go ahead and see it. And then we're gonna say that this is formally adopted by Agetta. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. So we're gonna add in another text. I'm gonna type out Agetta. So this elf belongs to Agetta, so you're just going to do that. You could type out their full last name for your kiddo and all of those things. And then we are going to just size that out there, get it nice and centered, and then you would have your day. So say, for example, we are going to come in here, and I'm going to say that we adopted this on 12/1 of 2022. Another thing that you could do is if you are a teacher, you could make a paper elf with your classroom, and then you could make all of these for your students. Would be really sweet as well. So just like that, once you have everything typed out how you want it to be, you're going to go ahead and hit that share button, and then we're going to go ahead and hit download, and then I'm going to hit download again. So now this is going to send it straight to the printer for us to print it out. All right, so now I have sent this over to the printer, and the printer is going to quickly print it out for us. And just like that, it is that easy to print your very own elf birth certificate, if you will. I'll bring it down here so hopefully you guys can see that a little bit better. So once again, this one is completely filled in, but you can print them out before you fill them in, and then you can just do that by hand. So you can definitely hand letter. If you're somebody that is super talented with some calligraphy, that would be gorgeous as well. So there you guys have it. So easy, and then you can pass this on to your kiddos. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to project number 2. For this one, we're going to work on that super cute candy dome. Now, these designs are already sized out for you. So when you purchase your ornaments, and I'm gonna have the exact ones down below because I think they are 3.14 or something like that, but they are a standard ornament is what it is. These are already sized out to fit perfectly with your dome. So it's automatically going to fit those. So that's where I was saying this one right here is gonna be a little bit more intermediate because you would want to size this up because you can't make it too big. Say for example, we're only working with a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock. You really can't go much bigger than that. So you're going to get it as big as you can. Then you'll take that circle and you want to slice through all of those layers that have the circle. So you're going to center that circle and slice those if you wanted to do something much bigger. Now, if you guys are really interested in having one that's already sized out really big like this, let us know if it's a demand that you guys have that ready to go. We can definitely talk to our designers and have something like that for you guys. So this is, when I went to Hobby Lobby, I could only find these really, really big ones, like I said. And it's really perfect too because they can actually fit an entire bag of these Lindor chocolates. So I got the red ones for the Santa and I got the blue ones for the snowman. So whatever, you know, colors you guys can find, whatever's your favorite candy, you could mix it up and do whatever you want. All right, so let's go and get started. So you want to go ahead and cut out your pieces. You're just going to use some cardstock. So as you guys can see here with this ornament, once you put it together, it's one of those ornaments where you can fill it with, you know, pictures or faux snow or something like that. Sometimes you can even find these at the Dollar Tree, but when you pop them apart, which they usually come apart stored like this, one of them makes 2 things of candy. All right, here we go. So let's get started. So I like to go ahead and line all of my pieces up and figure out exactly where those are going to go. So what I'm going to do is let's work on our layers first. I'm going to get all of these pieces down, including these ones, and then we'll attach our candy dome. So let's go ahead and start there. So we know that we need to attach this pink layer to the brown layer. I'm going to go ahead and get a piece of parchment paper underneath here just to protect my surface. Now I'm going to be using a tape runner here. So I've got these little mini ones from Amazon. I'll have them linked down below. It came with 3 of them. So I'm going to use a tape runner, but you can definitely use a glue like this or even your glue gun like so. All right, so let's go ahead and just use our tape runner. It's just going to be so simple, especially if you're going to be making several of these. These would be perfect for a teacher or a mom to make for a classroom, dad, you know, whoever, a craft make with the kiddos. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one, and then we're going to pop on our pink layer. All right, so you're just perfectly going to line those up. Once again, double check and line everything up first before you get started. All right, so we're going to come in here and we're going to go ahead and get that orange layer. So you can see with that glue runner, it just makes it so easy. All right, so we're going to go on top with our orange layer here. So this is for our nose. Once again, if you are familiar with that slice tool and you don't want to waste a bunch of cardstock, you could definitely slice that nose piece out of here. So you would line, say for example, this guy up with this one and slice, and you would just have the nose. Same thing with the cheeks, so you don't have to waste a full piece of cardstock. We just make it easy for you so you don't fuss to line those up. All right, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and get our next one. So you see I'm being mindful because if I would have went where his nose is, that's where obviously his nose is going to go. So for this one, I'm going to work on the back side of the white. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and line this up. Just like that. There we have it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and get, like I said, his scarf and the piece on his hat. And that way all we'll have left is that candy dome. Go ahead and get some of that adhesive on the back side of this scarf. There we have it. Now you guys let me know down below, what is your favorite source of adhesive? Is it a glue gun? Is it a tape runner? Is it something like this, just a little glue, maybe Elmer's glue, a glue stick? I definitely want to know what is your favorite. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and get on his hat piece as well because I could not remember which direction. I do believe it's going to go in that direction, but we're going to double check. Yep, I think it's going to go just like this. So we get a little bit of adhesive on this side. All right, there we have it. Perfect. There we go. All right, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to do it a little bit different. So one thing that I would recommend if you're going to be using a glue gun is I like to put on my dome. So with this, I like to put a little bit of hot glue right here on this piece, and then I get it right there, and I'll glue it down to his base, right? So I'll glue it down to the body here. I'll fill it with the candy, and then I will put the hot glue on this side, and then slowly I will line these up, get a little bit of glue there, come back, put a little bit more glue and a little bit here because that's just gonna really help line that up perfectly. All right, so I've got my hot glue gun warming up over here. A few different ways that you can do this. You could definitely use some double-sided adhesive here to pop those up, and when you get that on there, that should help secure that candy in place. For me, I'm going to slowly add some hot glue all the way around and get that back on, which you guys will obviously see. Lots and lots of different ways to accomplish this. So we're gonna go ahead and take those candies and we're gonna fill up the belly, if you will. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna get a couple of those in here. Now, with the smaller ones, the smaller the candy, the better it's gonna work. You could put bubble gum in here, all sorts of things. So I'm just gonna try to get as many pieces as I can. All right, so that's going to work for me. Now, the way that I'm actually going to do this is we are going to get our candy dome in the belly. I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue here and glue that to this piece. Then we're gonna add a little bit of glue here and slowly pop it on. All right, so I think our hot glue is ready. So we're gonna go ahead and just get a little bit of glue right here on the inside where I told you I was gonna put that top piece. So we'll start there. And I just like to, I'll bring this up so you guys can see, glue that top piece. That's where I like to start. It just kind of helps hold everything in place so I can get everything going. All right, so there we have it. Next up, like I said, we're gonna work slowly in sections. So I'm gonna start up here at the top and we're gonna get a little bit of adhesive right up here. Then I'm gonna flip this guy over and carefully line it up. We'll get that glued down, hold it for just a few seconds. And then we're gonna continue to slowly work our way around. So I'll just pop this open. Add some glue, because the reason why is the hot glue does dry super fast, so you don't have a lot of time or wiggle room to work with. And then you definitely don't want to use something like E6000 or anything like that. You don't really want to put that next to your candy per se. So we're going to go ahead and keep on going. All right, so we're just pushing down our last piece for the bottom base. Now the really cool thing too, I haven't pointed out, is when you cut this out, you have a perforated line here, so the kids can just push this in and peel it right open. It is so cool. So far we have this piece ready to go, so we just need to go back and attach this. We don't need a hot glue gun for that. We're gonna take our tape runner again, and we're gonna go ahead and get that down. I'm gonna be mindful for his eyes, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get a few pieces here and there. And there we have it. How stinking cute is this? It is adorable. I love the way that it came out. And like I said, this comes with 3 different designs. We have the snowman, the reindeer, as well as the Santa. And once again, if you guys are more of an intermediate pro crafter, you could definitely size this guy up and make it much larger. But these guys are already ready to go for you. So just simply order your ornaments. This is perfect to hang off of your gift, do it as a gift tag, or pass these out to your students, to your kiddos, put them in the stocking, all sorts of things that you can do with this one. I'm absolutely in love with this craft. If you guys loved how this craft came out, or you guys are going to be recreating this, let me know in the comments below. And also let me know which one is your favorite. For our next project, we are going to be making our very own DIY rug. So we've done a lot of these on the channel, so make sure you definitely check them out. We've done them with Flex Seal in the can, and we've also done it with the paint. They actually make a paint can, and they do last a long time. I have found using the Flex Seal, whether it's in this can or the paint can, has really outlasted the paint. You can definitely get away with just using apple barrel paint that is waterproof. So you really want to find a paint at your local store that is made for waterproof. You can use other spray cans if you really want to have spray paints. Lots of different options here, but you could get away with using paint that is $1, honestly, that's waterproof. So lots of different options here. Now we've also done the rugs. We've done it with stencil vinyl. We have done it with freezer paper, but today we are doing it with cardstock. So the really cool thing about this design is it's going to knock out, I'm going to turn it in the correct direction, I think, for you guys. It's going to knock out all those pieces and keep everything together. So what's really cool is I don't need to carefully put any pieces together. This is going to be so simple. Now, I am doing this in the craft space because obviously I am teaching, but I am in a well-ventilated area, got some windows open. So you definitely want to do this craft outside. Take it outside on your front lawn. Don't do this inside. You want to shake this up really, really well, and then you want to hold over it, and we're going to spritz this. So what's really cool is I don't need to have anything holding this down for me. It's just simply going to be down like this. Now, if you wanted to do several of these, you could reuse that same stencil over and over again. So I could get it here, and I can move over here and get it over here and over here. I could have it to where it's going in the door, and I can also have it where it's coming out the door. So lots of different options there, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here. I want to center that up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it right about there. Once again, we really want to shake that can up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold, you could get some gloves on here to be safe. I'm just going to kind of hold this down in case the air of the can tries to shift it on me. And then I'm just holding it a few inches away, maybe around 6 inches or so is what you want, possibly reading the can. And I'm going to do it in spritzing motion, so I'm not just going to spray like this. So here we go. So we're just going to go ahead and hold it here and spritz. I totally forgot to, before I got started, I was going to put some tape down to protect the area above and below because it's so close, so definitely make sure you do that. And just like that, we don't need to let anything dry down. We're gonna go ahead and lift it straight up. And boom, you have it. Now, while this is still wet, I'm gonna quickly try to go in here with a baby wipe, just that's what I have in here. You could go in with a wet rag, paper towel, and quickly try to wipe off the black. Now, I did get a majority of it off. I have a little bit up here. If I worked a little bit quicker, I think it would have been good to go. You could definitely just go back in with some hair trimmers or some scissors and just trim off a little bit of that top piece. You can also go back in with a little bit of brown paint, but this is going to last a long time and it can withstand the weather. So it is super, super cute. It looks like Santa had came in with his boots. Adorable. Once again, you could have it where it's going in. You can reuse that same stencil. You're just going to pick it up, carefully set it down, and keep on spraying. You could use acetate if you want to. That way it's a little bit more durable than cardstock, but there you guys have it. But just like that, we have made our very own rug this holiday season. We have a ton of different designs out there for you guys if you wanted to do simple Merry Christmas or whatever you wanted to. I hope you guys have found inspiration along the way and hope you guys are gonna go snag some of these really amazing deals. You guys do not wanna miss out on it. It is a time sensitive deal. You only have 1 hour unless you guys are a Plus member. You guys have 24 hours. Now we will be going live the morning of, so make sure you guys tune in for that as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.